the lights, so top row and bottom row can all go to the top. All of them, yeah. That's it. And takeoff configuration is the last takeoff check, so you press that. That just checks everything's set for takeoff. Just press and hold on the end. That's it. It's normal, so that's us ready to go. Okay, so.
Right, so we want it to 50%, don't we?
Yeah, 50, and I'll talk you through the rest of it. So, okay. So just 50% first of all. Okay, so I'll say engine stable. Now don't look at it anymore, just feel for it, 2 clicks on the thrust levers. 1, 2, I'll simply leave it there. Stay with your feet, and I'll tell you when to pull back on the stick.
That's awesome, man.
Gently back on your stick now. Keep your eyes out the window, hold the pressure on the stick. That's it. When you feel it come off, bring your eyes back in, put the yellow box on the 12.5 degree mark. A little bit more. That's it, relax there. Leave it there, that's it. You can take your hand off if you want, just to demonstrate that it just sits there. Okay, so you can see that we're definitely climbing, we're passing 1100 feet. We've got a rate of climb, 2,500 feet per minute. Lean across here, pull that out, let's bring the gear up. Yeah. Okay, hand back on the sticks, we are flying it. Okay, I'm going to bring in 2 green bars on your display. See the 2 green lines?
Yeah.
You want to put the yellow box right over where the 2 green lines cross over. So you need to push, the yellow box is the nose, that's it. You want to fly towards the cross. Okay, top left of your screen it's saying LVR CLB is flashing at you, which means bring these back 1 click. That's it, now we don't touch them until landing. So back onto the flight director. The flight director is 2 green bars. You want to roll till you feel the pedals now, by the way. You don't use the pedals to fly. Roll to the right because the cross has gone to the right. Other way. Yeah, no, that's okay. Just roll to the right. And you need to get the yellow nose down onto that green bar, so you have to ease forwards. So where the 2 green lines cross over is where you need to put the nose there. Like that's it. Once it's there, you can relax the pressure. It's going to constantly move around until you establish the right basins.
Okay.
So you can move to the left now, so dump to the left. Always fly towards the lines. Now you're in the yellow, you're inside the yellow box effectively. You want to be flying towards where those lines are.
Okay.
Just easing those forward. You'll get a speed, but actually slowly down. You need to be accelerating. That's it. On your speed, you see the little green S, we're just passing it now, to the letter S. That's the safe speed to bring the flaps up. So we can bring the flaps up now, with the other hand.
Tell you what, it's very nice. It's very responsive.
It is, you hardly need to move the stick at all. You squeeze it, tiny amount to hold it, and the aircraft will respond. You're just going to let it respond. So you see the cross is above you to the left, so you need to fly to the left and bring your nose up a tiny bit. Bring the nose up and fly toward. Remember, you're in the yellow box. If the line's to the left, you have to fly left. If the line's above you, you have to pull back to get the box up to it. Other way, pull back. Remember, you're not flying the lines towards the box, you're flying the box towards the lines. Don't worry if you get back front, it's quite normal. Most people's brains interpret it the opposite way. Okay, so we're just coming up to 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet, a couple of things happen. We take that light off, wing light, and the bottom row all comes off, all down to off, yeah. Seatbelt signs to come off. Okay, so we're approaching 12,000 feet shortly. Let me just check something. We're going to change that. We're going to go up to 14,000. So just keep following the flight director. One other thing you need to do is see this switch here, pull it out until it goes click, the green thing, that's it. And then just follow the flight director again, it's going to level to 14,000. So your eyes back on the flight director, see it gone below us, that's it. When you flew the right way, maybe you're inside, you're flying the yellow box towards those green lines. So we've gone slightly above 14,000 feet, so the flight director that's put your nose down to descend slightly. Again, try to be really accurate with this yellow box. The reason I'm doing this is because this is how you're going to be flying the approach into Newcastle. Okay. Saying that, actually, something's gone wrong here with the route.
You did that last time to me.
Oh no, actually, no, I think we're something a bit wacky. Did we do
I tell you what, even when the jet edges come off, you can feel that.
yeah. Right, let's take a left turn. Edge turn to the left. Left turn. Okay, so we're going to revise our destination. We're going to go to Manchester because the navigation, I didn't check the actual tracks when we programmed it.
Okay, alright.
So,
No say to me, lads, no say
Yeah.
to me.
just easy to stick forward, get back onto the cross. Now, the alarm's gone off because we're above 14,000, so it's asking you to descend back down again. Okay, so just keep following me.
We're at 2Gs here, just.
Right, so okay, so just do a left turn there. We're going to follow this left arc all the way around.
Okay.
So that's just the thrust coming on. So I'm just going to accelerate the aircraft up to 300 and
Mach 10.
Mach, no, not quite, but not far off it, 340 knots, so thereabouts. So what I'm going to show you now is, I've shown Darren as before, we've got an you heard of TCAS, the anti-collision system?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Right, we'll see it working now. So just take your hand off the stick for a second, because you got that pretty much, so press the autopilot button. I want you to pull the heading, set heading 300. Okay, and we're going to have an aircraft.
So this is totally flying on this panel now.
Yeah, it is totally flying on the panel, yeah. Okay, so see up here, there's also, go to 20 miles on your range scale. Top of your screen, you'll see a little white diamond.
That one there.
Yeah, it's another aircraft. Above it, it says 01, it's only 100 feet above us.
Okay.
So that would be a threat to us. I'm just going to change it. Change it and do another one. Okay, so there's another one coming in. Okay, so that's 100 feet above us as well. Minimum separation is 1,000 feet, so you only want to see plus 10 and minus 10. When it's a white diamond, there's no threat. So these little boxes here called TCAS and right across Scotland, they talk to each other.
Okay.
They know where a rail aircraft is. The boxes will chatter away, and if they determine there's going to be a collision risk, they'll issue guidance to each aircraft, one to fly up, one to fly down. It's fully automatic. On the Airbus it flies it for you. On other airplanes you get a warning, you have to fly it. But on the Airbus you don't. The latest software update for the Airbus allows you to do it itself. So let's see what happens. 40 seconds roughly before impact, it goes to amber circle. Then if you don't do anything, about 20 seconds before impact, it will escalate to a manoeuvre.
Climb.
And if you look out your window, your left window, you should see it in a minute. It's just
Oh, there we go.
you got it. Yeah,
There it is. There it is.
So we're climbing, he's descending, and once we're clear, so you see we're climbing up, we're passing 14,800 feet now. Once we're clear of it,
Clear of conflict.
it flies you back down to cruise altitude, so you don't actually have to do anything.
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing.
Really useful in parts of the world where air traffic control is really poor
Yeah.
or non-existent. Maybe large parts of Africa where there is very little or no air traffic control. This is where it protects you. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, so let's head back towards Manchester. You hit direct on there. Go to CF23. That's the start of the instrument landing system. So hang a left, so you press insert, it'll accept the route and it'll fly left.
So this is completely on autopilot now.
Yeah, it's completely on autopilot, yeah. You're just guiding it through the flight management computer. So you see on this approach, these are points on the extended runway center line. So the one at 8 miles, one at 4 miles, and then that's the touchdown point. So by the time we get to this one here at FF23, we need to be down at 3,400 feet. So in anticipation of that, spin that down to 3,500. And we're going to have to start going down because we're too close to the airfield. If we just push it in now, the engine is going to come back to idle, and come back automatically.
Okay.
The aircraft nose comes down, we start descending. But we're at 14,000 feet, so to work out how many miles you need to lose that height, the engines have come back, you're not doing anything now, it's like your car, it's right off the thrust, right off the throttle. So at 13,000 feet, we need 3 times 13 plus 10 miles to distance to get off, to get the height off, so that's 49 miles we need, but our distance to landing is only 36, so we're short. So this is where we use these spoilers. So you push that down to unlock them, hold the pressure on it, push down, pull it back to full. If you look at your rate of descent now, it's 3,800 feet per minute, 3,900 feet per minute, 4,200, 4,300. 4,500. So by putting those spoilers out,
Right, okay.
it's actually increased the rate of descent.
Okay. So this will go.
So we are high at the minute because we did. Okay, just sort of push that back in. Okay, that's fine. It'll start slowing down again. So just train of thought that I can't let me tell you. There's them off. Passing 10,000 feet, put the seatbelt signs back on. Didn't have them off very long, did we? All the lights can come on now, top row and bottom row, all the way to the top. That's it, you do a little PA for the cabin crew, you press the button, so I guess on that one there. You press it and you go, cabin crew 10 minutes to landing.
Cabin crew 10 minutes to landing.
That's it. That's it, done.
So what about this? Can this stay here now then?
That'll stay out for a minute because you know we were quite a few miles short. We started a descent way too late, so we're actually really high. But to find out how much error we have, well, we've actually got it back. This little purple dot you see here, it tells us it's lined up with that yellow mark. It means we're on the ideal descent path now.
Okay.
If that was below us, we'd be higher in the profile. If it was above us, we'd be lower in the profile. But it's bang on.
So we're back on the centre line of that runway now then, are we?
We're not.
Well,
We're not quite. If you can see that, we're going to get to that point, we're going to make a very, very slight right-hand turn. Sorry, anything.
Okay, alright. So when do you disengage the autopilot from landing then?
No, when do I just you can do it anytime you want. So most people guys leave it in until you're on final approach, and you got the thing, the gear and the flaps down, it's all settled down, take it out. Some guys take it out a little bit earlier. But the airlines like you to leave the automatics in until the thing's all settled down, then you take the autopilot, okay? Generally speaking, that is, yeah.
So this is our distance is 24 miles.
Yeah, so that's 24 miles touchdown. But also on the bottom left of your screen down here, you'll see a very accurate range, 24.3, 24.2 miles to touchdown. Okay, for landing, remember we said we've got automatic braking, so it's slightly low on there. That means that when we touch down, the wheel brakes will engage low braking. Yeah, medium and then it's max, but we've got a long runway there, so we're going to need low. Okay, that can come into track now, so hold it down though, so push down to unlock it again, that's it, leave it there. Now we can start, we'll leave it as it is for the moment. We've still got 22 miles to run, so we're coming down, it's nice gentle descent. This little purple diamond means we're actually on the ideal descent path. This is a radio signal from the transmit up to the ground.
Is that the ILS?
ILS, yeah, so it's got it already. But you can see with the engines idle at this speed, we're just at a glide descent, maintaining it. No, it's not coming away from that yellow mark, so we're on that ideal 3-degree path. So let's leave that as it is for the moment. Are you okay so far? Yeah.
It's when you get used to it, don't you? Like your steering,
Yeah, it's just practice. That's what it is. So, and there's a lot going on these displays. You know, up here you've really got to watch these annotations up here because that tells you what the airplane is actually doing. Even though you might make a selection up here, you're going to make sure you follow up with what they decide to make sure that you're going to do it. Okay, so as we come down through 5,000 feet, we'll have to press that back in. So you can do it now if you want. And this way you get the local airfield pressure from the tower and you set that. So that's the in millibars, so 1013 millibars. Okay, but you take flap 1 now, so you take flap 1 now.
Does this mean we can't go above this speed now?
Because put the flaps out, that's the maximum speed for the flap setting, yeah.
Okay.
Now, you see it's not really slowing down. It's struggling to slow down, so let's get the speed brake out again. So push it down to unlock it.
So what?
Push down, yeah, pull it back. Push down again until that's halfway, that's it. So you want to get the speed back so we can take out the next stage of flap, but we can't take out the next stage of flap until we get to 200 knots.
Okay.
If you look at 200 knots on the speed, there's a little double amber mark. That's how you tell you. You have to look at the speed, just look for the total amber marks. Okay, so this is where the aircraft's going to lock onto the instrument landing system. That's it. Mode change now, it's just done it. So this is quite a nice efficient approach. The engines are idle, so they're not really using very little fuel. And we're basically gliding down. We're on the glide slope. The little purple triangle that's on the yellow mark means we're on the ideal descent path. The little purple triangle at the bottom means that we're lined up with the runway.
Cool, man. So when we get to 200, do I put the
You can
flaps
take
in?
the next stage of flap. You can take flap 2. So you take it now. So now you can see there's a red bar on the speed tape. You can't go any faster than that. And so normally with flap 2, with the engine idle, it'll settle down around about 160-ish knots. Depends on the weight of the airplane.
So what, just under, well,
Yeah, 8.8 miles. So you want to take the undercarriage down at 6 miles.
6 miles.
Yeah. So that height is the actual height over the ground that you heard being shouted there, rather than this height, which is in reference to sea level.
Okay.
So although it's saying 2,100, that's above sea level.
Right, okay.
Manchester 250 feet above sea level, so you can knock 250 off of that. But either way, this one down the bottom of your display, that's your actual height over the ground.
Okay.
It's the radio beam that bounces vertically off the.
That's your true reading.
That's true over the ground, yeah. But because ground undulates, you know, that's why
sea
we don't-
level.
Yeah,
Sea
yeah.
level.
We drop as reference to sea level. Okay, so gear down, we're a little bit late in the gear, pull out, up, down. We take flap 3, then flap full. We're slow enough there for both of those. Flap full, that's it. And the last is the landing checks here. The only action, anything that has a blue annunciation
Spoilers.
beside it, spoilers into the arm. So these can come back in now. So then pull it up to arm them. So that will vanish, that's landing checks complete. Okay, so now when you're ready, you can disconnect the autopilot. You can put your toes on the bottoms of the pedals. Hand on the outside stick, double click with your thumb. Got this bit.
1,000.
Right, don't move the stick at all. It's all settled down. If you look at your flight director, you're going to be flying using the flight director again, but don't make any changes to it. It's all nice and settled down. Only move it if you have to. If that yellow box, the cross drifts out the yellow box, then you have to make an adjustment. You're going to hear some height calls now. You'll hear 500 feet, 400, 300, 200, 100. When you hear 50 feet, start to bring the stick back towards you.
Flaring.
It's for flaring. You need to see the nose come up 1 degree. I can't
500.
explain what that is because you've not seen it. I'll just try to explain it as we get further down.
400.
Yeah, that's fine. You're pretty nicely lined up with the runway. You might have to come right just a tiny bit. So level the wings to the left again, roll the wings to the left. Bring the nose up a tiny bit, roll back, that's enough. Roll to the left, get the wings level, that's it. Get a little bit more to the left again.
100.
Level the wings to the right. Ease the nose forward a tiny bit.
50.
Okay, that's fine. Get ready to set, get ready to bring your nose up.
30.
Right, gently back on the stick, gently back on the pull back, that's it.
Retard.
Okay, a little bit of an escape, okay. Okay, that's fine, just let it settle. Just keep the pull back on the stick, pull back on the
Don't
stick.
think.
Okay, it's a bit heavy. So you can hold the nose down. Back on the reverse thrust. And let it just steer with your feet.
Fight for Ryanair.
The Ryanair, that mate, yeah.
Okay, so cancel, remember, leg on the paddles out, push forward, that's it. Not too much, that's it. Right, well done. So yeah, you just overpitched it and we came back off again. So that means I'll just bring us to a halt. But you see the second touchdown was a little bit heavy.
Jeez, and heavy. I'm surprised we even got any gears left.
Yeah.
That was like a Ryanair flight, I was on that.
Oh really?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh dear.
Right, we're going to do, let's do, what's Liverpool? So do you want to just use the steering wheel and just take us over to the right a little bit, then spin us around and line up with the centre line again.
Turn of the sixpence, this, can't it?
It does, yeah, it is really good.
So if you get flights in 2020 in this, you'll be able to see your house.
It's true, you can. See, I was going to do that until I pulled the plane. It wasn't even beer. It was water.
But it wasn't now. No, there's been about 2 patches out for it now, aren't there?
Yeah, I mean, we want to get it in here, but we can't until we know that it's
100%, yeah.
totally bug free, because we can't have it freezing. You know what it's like. You can't have it freezing or flipping upside down or any of that sort of stuff.
Here we go. Reset, it was not. So you said 5,000 in the window. You spin out to the right until it says 5,000. Okay, right, so let's bring the flaps back up to 1. Cancel the spoilers. We'll have to rearm them. But we're still up from the previous landing, so if you now rearm them. Put the auto brakes to max, and then final check is the takeoff configuration again. Okay, so what's going to happen this time is we're going to take off, we're going to hang a right down towards this point here, and then we're going to turn right and head off down towards Liverpool in that direction. Okay. So the flight director will guide us, so as soon as we rotate, you'll see the green bars come in, just follow them this time. Still aim for 15 degrees of pitch, so to keep the wings level, 15 degrees-ish. 12.5 to 15 degrees, and then follow the green bars when they come in. Okay. Alright, and then we'll take it from there. So, if you press that one there, now we're gin and tonic before you take off. Right, okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So, same as before, 50% on there. Okay, stable size out the window, just push forward 2 clicks on the thrust levers, 1, 2, steer with your feet. So again, lots of pedal pressure to begin with until we get airspeed over the, what's that? Gently back, stick your eyes out, wait until you feel them off the ground, bring your eyes back in, look for the green bars, you see them pop up on your display now, just follow them gently, gentle inputs, just gently squeeze and let it respond. So to the gear up, across, your hands. Now, we're going to hit this first turning point now, so we're going to start a right turn, you see the flight direction will move to the right now, okay? Okay, seeing lever climb. This time you have to come back 2 clicks on the thrust levers. So 1, 2, that's it.
What's up?
This is the boost for the aerodrome, which isn't open anymore.
How cool is that, man?
So we're coming to 5,000 feet, we're hitting the alarm go off now, so get ready. Flight director will ask you to nose over. Just to level at 5,000, just keep following it. Yeah, I'm straight slightly to the right. So again, lights on now. Great. So when we do the next landing, just you squeeze the pressure in just enough to see the nose come up a tiny bit. If it starts rising up with that, it needs to stick forward. Stop it from doing that. So we'll talk you through this one again. I mean, you just bounce back over. Really enough, the first landing was actually alright. It was the second one. You did 2 landings for the price of 1 there.
I was on a flight that actually did that.
Oh, was it really that bad?
Yeah, honestly. Never fly with them again. Lee Ryanair.
Was it honestly that bad, Darren?
Yeah.
That bad.
Yeah.
Like fire again.
No, honestly, that's what they did. They bounced it, mate.
Yeah. I mean, it's rare to bounce it, but sometimes you can just get caught out. But sometimes it could be a training trip. There might be a new guy in there, obviously.
Probably. Won't surprise me with that.
It might have been his first flight on the aircraft.
Probably
You know,
was.
because we do all the training in the sim, so we never actually fly the airplane until it's full of passengers. Scary thought, like, you know that? If we change aircraft types, like when I moved from the Boeing to the Airbus, my first flight on it, I'd never flown that aircraft ever before.
You're joking, aren't you?
No.
Oh, that's
all the training's done in flight sims like this.
Really?
So your first flight is a commercial flight full of people.
Oh.
Get it
That's
wrong.
what-
Yeah. Okay, we're going to start with descending now. So,
Is that it on the right there?
2,000 feet. Which one's that? No, it's Manchester. Yeah.
right.
Just taking off from there. There's Manchester out the right window. So just loop round and we're heading down towards Liverpool.
Not far to Liverpool, is it really?
No, it's not. So push that in and just forward flight, push the nose down, get the aircraft descending.
St. Mersey.
Yeah, there's the Mersey.
Birds, Justin.
Birds.
Birds. You have to land in the Mersey.
In a Mersey.
Oh,
yeah.
Bit of solid.
Yeah. Won't be Sully, it'll be Juggy, won't it?
Give it a go. See, look at that, Darren, like flying an A320 to Liverpool, man.
That's it.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna apply for the licence though.
Oh yeah, stick at the post. We can get through by the weekend. Yeah.
Got more experience than them Ryanair pilots, mate. We'll not apply for them. We're looking for bus drivers.
That's it.
take it as that's the airport over there.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, that's it, yeah.
You do need to get that simulator 20 though, don't you?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Right?
It's going to make a huge difference to this. But I say
But
we
this
can't.
is amazing though, this sorry, honestly, this is cool.
We can't have it until it's saved down, until it's all debugged and it works perfectly.
Is it even compatible yet?
ProSim that we run on here isn't compatible with it yet, but they are going to be doing
Working
it.
on it though, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're working on it. So, you know, fingers crossed it'll be available for us. So we're just going to turn left now to line up with the runway. So try to be really accurate at getting it back onto the flight director bars again. So it's going to keep you right all the way down. Go really close to take the gear down. Give it a second. I'll put the gear down for you to get there now. So just don't look out the window, just keep your eyes on the flight director. It's going to keep you right, it's going to take you perfectly onto the approach path. So just bring the nose up a little bit, roll to the left, get that yellow box right over the two green lines. Got to keep chasing those keys forward slightly.
Rattlesnakes there, yeah.
Rattlesnakes are going again, yeah.
1,000.
Snakes in a
Oh
plane.
no. Snakes on a plane.
Ease forwards, get the nose down a little bit.
All white.
Yeah, a little bit high. It's fine though, just keep it coming down as it is. Roll to the right, tiny bit. Bit
500.
more to the right. Bring the nose up now slightly. And just roll to the left. Roll to the left. Now just look out the window now, don't make any other changes.
300.
Just leave it coming down as it is.
200.
Maybe come left a little bit, tiny bit. So level the wings to the right again. Roll to the right. Okay.
100.
Pull back gently on the stick. Pull back gently on the stick. Hold it there.
40.
Hold it there. Hold it there. Hold it there.
20. Retard.
Let it touch down.
Retard.
Back on the full steers. Get the nose down. That's it. Steer with your feet. Spot on. Don't take your hands off the wheel. Jeez, alright. So cancel reverse, push this forward, that's it. Back down again. Right, so you did remarkably well with that one. So we can do one more for another approach if you want. By this time I'm going to up the ante. Is that okay with you? Right.
Gonna throw a few curveballs in.
Oh yeah, must be alright.
200 mile an hour wind at
Yeah.
50 feet.
Right.
You can't do that.
Oh, we can.
Look at that.
Oh my word.
Flight instruments only now, just.
So now you've got to be flying this on instruments
Yeah.
all the way down to 200 feet. At 200 feet you can look out the window, but you won't see. I'll tell you, you won't see anything until 200 feet.
Okay.
Okay. And at 200 feet, when you see that you'll see the runway approach lights. Don't dive towards them. Just leave it coming down as it is, because there's a tendency to, once you get visual, to stick your nose down.
Stick the nose right.
Just
that's
don't
it. Yeah.
don't plow it in.
Okay.
Okay, so just leave the controls alone just for a minute until I get it settled down, and then I'll give it back to you. So, let me just,
You can back it back in on the approach, can't you?
yeah, we just let you jump it.
Yeah, jump it back.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There's no
Get there.
seconds. I'll settle it down for you.
Can't see now out there.
Oh no, Dave, this is scary. Leave it hold on just for a second, Justin, just until I get it. I'll switch the motion off for a second, that's why I won't feel
Yeah.
the movement. I'll come back on in a minute. Okay, motion's coming back on, hold on. Right, so if you double click with your thumb on that red button, you're
I have control, yeah.
Then you have control, yeah, you're flying it.
I know what them Air France pilots were fucking seeing now, just.
This is when you really got to rely on your dials with it.
You've got to fly it, you've got to be really accurate with this now. You've got to have that yellow box at all times over the two green lines, so be really accurate as you possibly can. The more accurate you are now, the much easier it's going to be down the bottom.
One thousand.
Pull back now, you're flying the yellow box towards the cross, remember? Okay.
Speed. Speed.
500. $400.
Forward slightly, get those forward, get that yellow box right over the two green lines. That's it, relax the pressure there.
100 of us. 300.
Roll to the
200.
line, roll to the line.
Minimum.
The eyes out the window now, you see the lights. Come to the right slightly, don't dive towards the
100.
runway though.
Line swap.
And roll the wings to the left.
50. 40. Too low. Terrain.
Okay, back on
20.
the
Retard.
thrust. That's it. Stay with your feet. Oh, that's alright, it's alright. Left pedal, just get the aircraft out right. Engage reverse thrust, well done. Left reverse thrust. Okay, cancel reverses now. I'm making you come off this exit here, well done. Captain Justin, can't believe it, you know.
Did alright then.
Well, you saved the day there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's taxi fall, we'll stick it on that parking stand somewhere.
And I weren't happy with that one though.
You weren't?
No.
Why?
'Cause it was a bit of a rough landing, that, wasn't it?
No,
No,
the landing was
No,
fine.
the landing was okay.
It's alright for zero visibility, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you've only done it once, you know, so you know,
yeah.
you've
You actually got on the
you
runway.
gotta, don't be too critical of yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on the runway. It wasn't on the grass.
Yeah. How many times have you had them on the grass?
Oh, it was.
Or in the tower?
There's one the other day because these terrain models are really good, and if there was somebody came in, if you turn right, go through this gap here.
Okay.
There was somebody landed on 05 left, no 05 right in Manchester, and they came off the runway. The landing was fine, but they lost control of it, and they onto the grass. Thought, oh, it's not a problem. We'll go straight on here. Sorry.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, just come left. Just follow this this yellow line here. We're going to go straight in. Basically, pretty much straight ahead. And there was no. Let's come to the right slightly. See this arrow here on the right.
Yeah.
Just come towards that arrow. So just turn right. This one, yeah, a bit more to the right. A bit more to the right. A bit more. Now you see this yellow line. Just next straight in here. And on 05 left, they got that. The road goes under, don't they? Or 05 right, the road goes underneath. Or between the two runways is there's an A road, a dual carriageway. And but I thought, oh no, we're going to go down into that. But before I even got there was two ditches, and the sail went into the ditches.
Really?
Literally, bang! I went, oh, there's another one. Bang! And so it just followed every little contour.
Yeah. That was cool. That
Okay,
was.
put the planting brake on, lift it up. Turn to the right. Up here is the external power. Put that on. So that means that we can shut the engines down and everything stays lit up. So just one at a time. Just bring them back. Lift up, pull back. We can take all the lights off now. So both rows all the way to the off position. Seatbelt signs can come off. Seatbelt signs off. That's it. That's how we leave it for the next crew to come in.
No smoking. I remember the days of that.
That well, there used to be. Oh yeah,
I remember the
yeah.
days of that. You can actually have a cigarette on a plane.
Motor's coming